when I'm not in Washington, D.C. I go,
Is it the fun?
well, that certainly is part of it, but it's also my constituents. This is a great part of my district. And I made a promise while I was campaigning as a challenger that a lot of people in Brooklyn felt they always had a Staten Island congressman. And I promised them that I was going to work hard enough so that they had a Brooklyn congressman. And that's what we've done. So the people here know me. I walk down the street, hey, Mike, how are you? The kids know me. And that's a big part of my success, is just being here, being part of the community, and making sure they know that I'm working as hard as I can to deal with their concerns, to get the economy moving here in Brooklyn. We passed legislation I'm very proud of. It's going to bring hundreds of jobs right here to Brooklyn, bring $265 million worth of construction money into the area, and it's going to bring tax money from a gas company that's bringing gas in with no cost of tax dollars, $8 million a year in tax revenue. So it's really a home run, and that's been part of the dedication.
It seems like the other side, all they keep talking about is we're being shortchanged, we should be getting more money from either Albany or D.C., but it seems like only you guys are talking about the small businesses and actually fostering an environment to create the jobs.
Well, from the beginning, I've said that it's not the government that's going to get us out of a recession. It's not the government that's going to create jobs. What makes America strong is the fact that we have an incredibly resilient, wonderfully innovative workforce. That's what makes America great. And you can't keep America down unless you just keep putting the government in front of them. The small business owners know what they need. They need the government to get out of the way and let their innovative spirit take over. Their resilience is incredible. They've been through some very tough times. But what they need is certainty in the marketplace. And we've become a very unfriendly business environment. That's overall. And you know what?
Number 50, as a matter of fact, in the nation right now.
In the nation. So we need to have a little respect for how hard these people work. We need to allow them to do what they do best, which is hire more people and expand based on their own innovation and their own work ethic. And we have that here. So all the things we need to get our country moving again are right in front of us. And that's why I said, as tough as things are, the best times are ahead of us as far as the nation is concerned. We will be able to get things together, but it means we're going to have a little bit less role of government and empower the people that make this a great country.
Now, as you talk about that, I mean, with this election coming up, not just your own, but the presidential election, it seems an extremely pivotal decision right here, where we're either going with the bigger government or we're going with the individual and free market.
It's never been more stark. There is a clear difference, a very distinct difference between the two visions for this country. Either we're going to go down the road more of a European style, where the government is pretty much has its hands in everything,
and we saw the result,
and we've seen the result. It doesn't work anywhere in the world. Or we're going to continue on the path that we've always been on, with a free market enterprise, where we reward those that work hard, and we empower them, and we inspire them, and we give them the tools they need so that they can go out and be creative and be successful. So I think the choice is clear. Obviously, I believe in this country with my heart and soul. That's why I've fought for it. It's why I've risked my life so many times. I love this country, and I believe in it, and that's why I still believe in America. And with the right leadership, the only thing this country is missing is leadership at the helm.
Man at the top.
And with a new president, I believe that he's going to empower that working class as well as the entrepreneurial spirit and get people back to work again. And that's all we really need to do. Besides controlling our debt, we need to live within our means. It's called discipline. It's called fiscal discipline. There's no secrets. There's no silver bullet.
It's something the government really doesn't know anything about.
But that's exactly right. I mean, we know that the government, under any administration, even Republicans, it's inefficient. So when you grow government to the size it is now, of course it's going to be inefficient and spend money that we don't have. We need less government, empower the people. This is a nation of the people, for the people, by the people. We need to just get back to our core principles that our founding fathers and my grandparents and great-grandparents had. The people that came here from all over the world, I don't get here in Brooklyn, a lot from Italy, but from Poland and from all parts of the world, all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, came here that they knew they had to work hard. And they wanted to give their children more. It wasn't about them. It was about giving the next generation more than they had. We just got to get back to those fundamental principles of hard work and sacrifice, and believing that it's not just about us, it's about our children. And as long as we do that, we'll be fine.
And a pick for the debate. How do you think it's going to play out? Any scenarios?
I do agree very much with Geraldo that unfortunately, or I should say really fortunately, Governor Romney did such an incredible job that he set the bar very, very high. I'm hoping that he gives the exact same performance. The bottom line is the president's running on a failed record, period. A failed record is hard to defend. So he's going to try to, point fingers. He's going to try to blame people, and he's going to try to say, look over here at this. This is what's important, because he can't talk about the economy and jobs. So he's going to try to deflect and use a smokescreen and blame other people. But I think that Governor Romney has the confidence and the experience to keep coming back to the message and coming back to the point that the bottom line is the president has failed. All right.
Very cool. Last thing, because it's so huge, and I have to ask you about it. At this point in the Benghazi saga, do we call it a cover-up yet?
It's hard not to. I mean, there's no question that the administration misled the American people. The State Department comes out and says we knew within 24 hours it was a terrorist attack. Yet the Secretary of State and the ambassador to the UN for 5 days is saying that it is not terrorism, it's a spontaneous uprising because of a video. It's obscene, it's absurd, and it's a black eye on America's history. We're not a country that hides the truth from our people. That is almost as big a tragedy as the 4 Americans that lost their lives because we failed to protect them. The bottom line is the federal government's #1 job and priority should always be to protect its citizens, regardless of whether they're here in the United States on what we call CONUS, continental U.S., or they're overseas at an embassy or anywhere in the world. That's their job, is to protect them. They failed. They failed. All the warning signs were there. I've seen some of the intelligence reports. 13 separate attacks over 6 months. The British even closed their consulate because it was too dangerous. The Red Cross, their building was hit with RPGs. All of these things happened prior to the event, to the murderous
We didn't hear about these.
attack. We did not hear about it, and an ambassador asked for more security. It is an absolute disgrace. It was a failure of leadership, not a failure of intelligence. We need to own up to it, and we need to do better, and we need to protect our citizens going forward. But this is a big black eye on the United States, and I don't care what anyone says, the administration knew it.
Congressman Mike Grimm, Brooklyn, New York. Congressman, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Be well.